They messed with the wrong person again. Chosen ones. They did you dirty, believing they could tear you down and still walk away unscathed. The audacity. They wanted to thrive while plotting your downfall. Blind to the harm they caused. Careless about the consequences. But here's what they failed to realize. This isn't a game of tic-tac, where you reset and start again. This is the real world. The world of truth and light. What they don't understand is that God's CCTV cameras are always on. Nothing escapes his sight, and his justice is never delayed. They thought they had the upper hand. Emboldened by disrespect and betrayal, they believed their arrogance made him invincible, trampling over you without a second thought. But they messed with the wrong one, not because of your strength alone, but because of who you are, a chosen one, divinely protected and guided. And today, the tables have turned once again. The ungodly forces are being exposed. Their downfall inevitable. These evil entities ignored the warnings, but now they face the judgment they brought upon themselves. Chosen ones, let's teach more evil what happens when you try to harm a chosen one. This could be family members, partner, so-called friends, a co-worker or co-workers, it doesn't matter, for they are all imperfect. Lesson. They thought they could get away with it, playing the victim, when in reality, they were the aggressors. They've been warned. God told them to stay away from his chosen ones, to stop obstructing the spiritual growth and divine purpose he has set. But instead of repentance, they chose rebellion, and now they've crossed a line that cannot be uncrossed. And no matter the terrible things they tried to do to you, ruin you, your reputation, tried to have you put in jail, and even tried to end your lives. They tried to do all sorts of negative things against a chosen one life. For your love and kindness you were they anchor. God is saying to you today, chosen ones, that it's not just you they've tried to destroy. They've angered God himself. When you harm one of God's children, you're not just committing a personal sin. You're directly opposing his divine will for his chosen ones. It's the height of arrogance to believe you can crush someone's spirit, obstruct their purpose, and still expect to prosper. You cannot defy God's order and think that you can live a life of peace and abundance. What they've done is not just an attack on you, it's an affront to God's entire plan. Even though God has repeatedly warned them, many still continue to ignore his call to righteousness. They carry on with their wicked ways, believing they can thrive while others suffer. But they are mistaken. God's patience is not an invitation to continue in wrongdoing. His silence is not approval of their actions. When you interfere with God's purpose on the earth he created, when you harm his children or block his light from shining through them, you're standing against the Creator himself. That level of defiance invites divine consequences. And the irony is, they believe they can destroy others while continuing to build themselves up. But you cannot live in rebellion against God's will and expect to thrive. God's plans for humanity are far beyond human understanding. And when people act against his will, they are setting themselves up for ruin. A great illustration, just like Pharaoh, who believed he could oppress God's people and still maintain his power. These individuals are walking down a path that leads only to destruction. But they don't see it yet, or cannot see it. They are blind to the reality that they are not just playing with human lives. They are defying God's authority and disrupting his order for a better world. And the most audacious part, they truly believe they can escape the consequences. This is why these people continue with their evil deeds in life, believing that somehow God's justice will miss them. These ignorance fools have no value for life or lives. They are self-made gods. They live by mankind knowledge and wisdom, beliefs and teaching, living only on what the eyes can see, but God's authority is supreme over all so-called earthly gods. He will not let unrighteousness prevail, and no matter how powerful or clever they think they are, they cannot escape his judgment. His judgment is to remind you. Yes, God's gift of free will allows mankind to make choices, but it is this same gift that becomes dangerous when taken for granted. Humanity often forgets that with every decision comes consequences, both seen and unseen. This forgetfulness fuels the decline as people become more influenced by the fleeting pleasures and lies that darkness offers, instead of what light offers. They know the difference between right from wrong, but they think they are above being made accountable for their actions. Some of them who are participating in these harmful actions on others are even twice the age of the chosen ones that they are trying to harm, and should know better. It's not just about breaking moral rules. It's about disrupting the divine order he created for the flourishing of all humanity. Those who believe they can prosper by destroying others are defying God himself, and the consequences are inevitable. The Bible is full of examples of those who tried to defy God and harm his people, like Pharaoh, King Saul, or Jezebel. Today we can see the same biblical concept unfolding as in the recent example of those who are corrupt or selfish, currently dominating the news headlines in the moment in time, of powerful public figures like P. Diddy, so-called man of God. Religious ministry leader T.D. Jakes, with millions of followers, was exposed in bed with P. Diddy. Shows that God's or his chosen ones are not to be messed with, and a reminder that no one is immune to justice. These types of individuals are evil beyond evil, just like the individuals you were dealing with, divine ones. They all tried to build themselves up by tearing others down, but in the end they met destruction when they came up against God's chosen ones, sent to be a beacon, a voice, and for the needy, poor and vulnerable, to prevent manipulations by the hands of evil entities, to deliver justice by putting a stop to these karmic energies' future problems to mankind. A chosen one's duty is always to help bring light to the world. The reasons God will never allow injustice to reign over you. Today, chosen ones who were drawn to this message, Spirit wants you to know that your mission on earth as a light angel is to be the antidote for those who believe they can prosper by harming others. Spirit is saying, let this be another lesson to those who persist in evilness. Darkness, you cannot live while trying to destroy another. You cannot thrive while tearing down God's purpose. The consequences will always catch up and divine justice will always prevail. They all tried to build themselves up by tearing others down, including you, divine ones. And here's the irony. Divine ones, you were their antidote. You were their anchor. You educated the fools. You were the very solution God placed in their lives to heal them, to guide them toward righteousness, and to save them from their own self-destruction. But instead of embracing the light, they chose to attack it. Instead of receiving the blessing, they tried to destroy it. They took your kindness and others for weakness. They thought you needed them, and not the other way round. They needed you. They thought they could break you, not realizing that God had placed you in their path as their redemption. But now, because they failed to recognize your value, they will face the consequences of their actions. You were sent to bring healing, yet they chose to bring harm. And now, God's justice will move forward, and what they tried to destroy will be the very thing that rises above them, revealing that despite their attempts to harm you, divine ones, you were actually their anchor. They missed it. Now they are in shock as we witness these events unfold. In our lives, the evil of mankind, whose aim is to destroy your peace and rights on your earthly journey. It's clear that no one can escape the consequences of their actions. For too long, the powerful have believed they could act without repercussion, harming others and thinking their darkness would remain hidden. They forgot the saying, what is done in the dark will one day come to light. Also, what goes around comes around. When you plant seeds of deceit, destruction and exploitation, those same seeds will return to you as a harvest of chaos and downfall. They also didn't believe God's justice is inevitable, that he sees all, and in his perfect timing he makes sure that those who sow evil will face the very destruction they intended for others. So, let this be a reminder to all watching, whether in positions of influence or not. Your actions echo in eternity. Choose righteousness. Choose to walk in the light. Because in the end, what goes around comes around, and God's justice never misses its mark. That no matter the terrible things they tried to do to you, your life, your family lives, disturb your earthly life while they continue to enjoy their life. God is saying to you today, they now realize that they messed with the wrong person, and they will never try you or anyone else again, who said justice is dead. Well done, chosen one. Spirit is saying, continue to walk in your light and mission with confidence. They want to play, let's play. I leave you in peace and light. Don't forget to like because every time you leave a like, you are telling YouTube this message is good for you and they can pass it on to more people. By doing this you will help to bless thousands of people worldwide. We rise by helping each other. That's why it's important to leave your like now. And click the bell to be notified when new videos are uploaded to Spiritual Eyes subscribers, YouTube page, Google Plus, and Instagram so you don't miss updates on God's messages to build and lift, comfort and calm, teach and inspire, empower and transform lives. Stay blessed. I leave you in peace and love.